Doctors said she might not survive the night. Her father had no money, and the nurse standing in the doorway was about to make a decision that would change all of their lives forever. There are moments in life that break you quietly, not with noise, not with drama, but with a slow, crushing weight that sits on your chest and doesn't move. This is one of those moments. It happened in a hospital room that smelled like antiseptic and fear, where machines beeped softly, and hope felt dangerously fragile. The little girl's name was Amara. She was only 7 years old, too young to understand medical terms, too young to know what terminal, critical, or high risk really meant. All she knew was that her chest hurt, her body felt weak, and her father's hand shook every time he held hers. Her father's name was Joseph. Joseph was a mechanic, not the kind with a big workshop and shiny tools, the kind who worked under the sun, hands always covered in oil, clothes stained from years of hard labor. He fixed cars for people who often delayed payment, sometimes didn't pay at all. But Joseph never complained, because every bolt he tightened, every engine he fixed, was for Amara. When doctors told him the diagnosis, his knees nearly gave out. A rare condition, aggressive, treatment expensive, urgent. The words blurred together. What he heard was simple. If she doesn't get treatment soon, we can't promise anything. Joseph nodded slowly, pretending to understand, pretending to be strong. But when he stepped into the hallway alone, he pressed his back against the wall and slid down until he was sitting on the floor. A grown man, broken, silent. He had already sold his tools, borrowed money, skipped meals, worked nights. Still, it wasn't enough. That night, Amara's pain got worse. She whimpered softly, her small body trembling under thin hospital sheets. That's when Nurse Leah noticed. Leah had been a nurse for 8 years. She had seen suffering. She had learned how to stay professional. But something about Amara felt different. Leah sat beside her bed and asked gently, "Sweetheart, where is your daddy?" Amara swallowed hard. "He went to find money," she whispered. "He said he'll come back, but I think he's tired." Leah felt something tighten in her chest. She stepped out into the hallway, looked around. Joseph wasn't there. Something told her this wasn't normal. So she went looking, down the stairs, out the side door, past the emergency entrance. And that's when she saw him. Joseph sat outside on the curb, head in his hands, tools beside him. He was trying to fix a car part under a streetlight. At nearly midnight, hands shaking, eyes red, face hollow. Leah approached slowly. "Sir, are you Amara's father?" Joseph looked up, embarrassed. "Yes," he said quietly. "I'm sorry I'm not inside. I just need to get some money." He didn't ask for help, didn't beg, didn't cry. That hurt Leah more than anything. She listened as he spoke. About his daughter, about the diagnosis, about how he'd give anything, even his life, if it meant she could live. Then he said something that broke her. "I don't need comfort," he whispered. "I just need time and money, and I have neither." Leah went back inside the hospital that night, but she couldn't sleep, because she kept thinking about something. The envelope in her drawer at home. Money she had been saving for years. For her dream trip. To see the world. To finally do something for herself. She had planned everything. But now, every time she closed her eyes, she saw Amara's face. The next morning, Leah came to work early. She walked into Joseph's room, sat down, and placed an envelope gently on the table. Joseph frowned. What's this? Leah took a deep breath. It's enough to start the treatment, she said softly. All of it. Joseph froze. He shook his head immediately. No, I can't take this. I don't even know you. Leah smiled through tears. I know, she said. But I know her. She looked at Amara. And sometimes, saving a life matters more than seeing the world. Joseph broke down. Not loud, not dramatic. Just a man finally allowing himself to cry. Treatment began that week. Slow, painful, uncertain. But Amara fought. Weeks passed. Then months. Her strength returned. Her smile came back. One afternoon she looked at Leah and asked, "Are you my angel?" Leah laughed and wiped her eyes. "No," she said. "I'm just someone who didn't walk away." Years later, Amara survived. Joseph rebuilt his life. And Leah? She never regretted her decision. Because the world didn't disappear. It waited. And sometimes, the greatest journey isn't the one you plan. It's the one kindness takes you on. Family, if this story touched your heart, please like this video, share it with someone who's struggling, and subscribe to Kind Soul Corner. Because here, we tell the stories that remind us that even in our darkest moments, human kindness still saves lives. Tell us in the comments, where are you watching from? And would you have made the same choice as Nurse Leah? Your answer might inspire someone who needs hope today.